what's going on?
All right, I'll give you a quick backup story. Brian Toomey was the vice president of the company, and Isa Crane was my controller. Okay. Joe Karen is my what would you
Finance officer.
Finance officer.
Okay. How long have you worked for
About 3 months now.
3
okay,
months.
how about these two fellas?
Brian worked for me for 17 years,
Okay.
and I've got all that information here.
Okay.
And Isa worked for approximately a year and a half. I put their start dates in and their
Awesome.
termination dates.
Fantastic, thank you.
But I started feeling something might have been going on.
Okay.
So I brought Mike in, who I've known for almost 40 years, and then put him in that position. And so he started going over the books and so forth to find out that she was
See what's going on.
right. Okay.
Do you have any accounting experience or bookkeeping or anything like that?
Yeah, I used to be the finance officer at Chamber of Commerce in North Middlesex, plus I worked for the IRS. For
Okay, so you know what you're looking for.
Yep.
If
Here,
yeah.
here's all the violations
All right.
that I put all down. This package is we're sending it also to the Rockingham County Attorney, and this is the backup information. See, 17 years, Brian Toomey. He was the VP of Operations. And what you're going to see is, right, discovered some issues with the company. What we were having was, he was using the company credit card and telling Isa to put it in on business expenses. So we have his furniture for his house
Oh, yeah, that's a no-no.
going on my miscellaneous account. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Do you have
then,
receipts for it? Like, do you have the credit card receipts?
I got everything in there.
Okay, some of my questions are gonna sound silly, but
no,
you have to
they're
understand
not
that
so
If
sometimes
you
silly.
don't
people don't always
understand any
have.
of that, I can go
I'm pretty
step
good
by
with a lot
step.
of it.
No,
with it.
I'm pretty good. If I have questions after I look at it, then I'll definitely be calling you.
Deal.
But
So-
I've had embezzlement and credit card fraud before, so
Oh,
I'm not a stranger.
all right. So here's kind of the cover sheet here. So I even believe that they were having an affair, but there's another one in
Yeah,
here. This guy was getting around. But anyhow, so you'll see is to use the credit cards, and it was for his own furniture and so forth. Then he was taking out money from the thing and calling it bonuses.
So he gave himself bonuses? Is that what-
Bonuses. One time he gave himself $38,000 bonus.
Damn, you hired him?
I know. That's what I was
I'm just
thinking.
kidding. That wasn't.
I know. But if you, so you'll see all this. There's over embezzled almost 100,000.
Okay.
And so in other words, you'll see all the accounts. And ICE is involved in this too, because she was the one putting it under miscellaneous. She was the one taking it from the credit card and putting it to the
Okay,
company.
so how do you know that it's from him to her? Like, where's that connection?
Well, basically, if you're a controller,
Yeah.
okay, or even a bookkeeper,
Yeah.
okay, and you're taking furniture and put it under miscellaneous expense.
House furniture.
House
She knows
furniture.
it's for somebody else. But
She-
what I'm trying to get
Oh,
at
she put
is,
his name down.
okay. All right.
Yes.
Is there anything besides his name? Because what I'm getting at is, what if she's doing it for herself and he actually?
No, he was the
didn't
only
know?
one who was on the credit card.
Oh, so he had a business credit card.
Yes.
Ew.
So he's using that for,
Yeah,
and
that
then
makes a difference.
and then what he was doing, even taking money out, he was taking the taxes on the money out too. He took 25,000, then he took 38 to pay the taxes. And then he started calling it bonuses instead of a draw. And I didn't approve, once 25,000 on a loan, but everything else, he was buying furniture, putting money on his house.
With that $25,000 loan, did you two have an agreement for him to pay you back at all?
Yes, he was supposed to be paying.
Not in writing, though.
But it's alright. Was he doing that?
No.
No. Well, what
We
he
shoved it
did-
under bonus.
No, what he did is reclassify with the controller and called it a bonus. And then didn't take 25, took 38,000.
So he could net out 25. 20. It's all
I
in
gotcha.
there.
So you told him, yes, I'll loan you 25,000, and he said, okay, but instead of taking 25, he took 38.
And called it a bonus.
And called it a bonus instead of a
Right.
personal loan.
And then he took another 60,000 in miscellaneous. So here is his, you'll see.
Where's this guy live?
We have the addresses on there.
Is he a New Hampshire resident or not?
He is.
Yeah, New Hampshire, Barrington, New Hampshire.
See, there's the addresses. She's a witness. That's somebody else he's been with. And we're giving you that. She worked in the Plastow Police
Yeah,
Department.
I know Carrie.
Yeah, well, she's had an affair with him. We even have the naked pictures.
Oh, I don't need to see.
I don't want to see them again either.
But would she, what I'm saying is when I talk to her, is she gonna tell me this guy's bad?
Well, she's been with him. The only thing here is she has emails that we put here that's calling, that says that you're taking them as bonuses and changing
Okay.
them.
From
So
what I
she
know
was
of Kara,
aware.
she's pretty straightforward when I knew her.
Not anymore.
I don't know. Hopefully
She
when I
got-
talk to her, she redeems herself then.
No, she won't.
No?
She-
Even though it's right there in writing?
Oh, yeah, well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am telling you, these are conversations. I'm afraid Brian will vanish. Christine Carey won't hide. Mike doesn't intercept any inappropriate. Christine tells Mike does not have Brian's cell phone. He just melted his son's cell phone when I got him. I mean, it struck the kid. You'll see their conversation.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice and organized.
I know.
Appreciate that.
Right. So you'll see the credit cards. You'll see the withdrawals from the business. Here's the itemized things that they took. Pubs, for Jordan's Furniture, 23. This is stuff, discount furniture,
May I-
electrical supplies, yes. That's
Is
your
this your,
copy.
is this your itemized list that you made of all the items that you took?
That we could directly put
Put under.
to him,
There's
okay?
probably more.
There are other things, okay, that were questionable, but I couldn't,
See, Chrissy telling Carrie they don't hide from the company anymore.
well, what happened was as soon as I came in, it was.
See, not to text on the cell phone. Password, intercept information.
After the first week I was here, okay, I told everybody in the office, nobody gets the mail except me, and I will go through it and give it to her, and all of a sudden, he was getting mail that he was crucial to him, okay, it was coming to him, and before it was not getting to him.
I don't know, you've had an idea of what I do, right? State of corruption and everything.
I know about it, but quite, I don't really
They
get
were
it.
intercepting evidence and witness evidence, literally giving it to the drug dealers and warning them who's coming in to speak to me. That's Kerry, by the way.
It's disappointing.
No, I think what happened was, this guy's a bit of a predator,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she just went for it.
Okay.
These things that are blacked out, this is my business account, so
Okay.
but these things here are all his. This, we're giving you all this.
Oh, she wanted it, okay.
I kinda like, there's an overabundance of, I put like the journal entries, and I put, different things where, they were putting it and stuff like that, so,
It's alright, I'd rather have too much and disregard what I don't than
Right.
to keep bothering you with more stuff.
I've been pretty thorough with that, I
No,
spent a
I
lot
had
of
given
time.
the Plastow Police Department these text messages that threatened my children's lives.
Mhm.
They also said we had a mole in the company. That's the mole.
What do you mean a mole? Like, I understand what a mole,
mole?
is, but I don't understand.
Meaning working for the people that I'm going after.
Okay.
Working. And
Basically what
how
you
about
said
this,
about
you ready?
that.
I have a voice message from the IRS calling them moles.
Okay.
But this is as simple can be.
What I'm gonna need though, cause it has Jordan's Furniture, but it doesn't have like a, transaction number or anything. It just has the dollar amount.
Let me see.
It might be, let me just see this one. Cause I know there was a receipt for the,
It should have the transaction on it, because it came right from the Bank of America card.
I'm sliding. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe you can, looks like phone numbers are on there.
Let me see.
But yeah, you can help me out. Cause that would just make it easier rather than
He had
searching
a
a whole
company
day. for that
American
dollar
Express
amount.
card.
Okay. How long did he have that American Express card?
Few years.
What's a few years to you?
Yeah. He worked for me for 17 years.
But what's a few years for you?
3, 4.
3 for the card? Did you ever notice anything, or what gave you that sick feeling that something was going on?
I didn't trust the controller.
Okay. So you just had it.
I had a bad feeling about the controller.
Okay.
This is,
These bills, are they currently paid, or did you?
Oh,
file
they're all
any-
paid.
They're all paid. She was the one paying them.
Okay, well, sometimes people just let it go and hide the mail, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Instead of your crew. Now, have you made
I don't
any,
know if it's in there, but that's.
have you made any filings with the credit card to let them know those are fraudulent transactions?
No.
No, we took them,
We paid them all.
You should let them know, you gotta let them know.
We didn't know till later. That's why when we fired her,
No, that's understandable, they do it all the time, so just make sure you make that report with them,
that's a good idea.
okay? Well, you're gonna need it anyways, cause it's part of proving,
Right, we've got to do that. So we do the same thing you had, and then we just notify the credit card company on that.
Yeah, just go through all of them that way.
Right.
That nice little itemized list you have.
Right, he had a credit
And
line of
I'll give you
270.
a case number, and then you can give them that case number to reference for the police department if they want, because a lot of times when people file credit card fraud, they want a case number for the police department.
Okay.
Whether or not they get the police reports.
Nope, you're right.
Okay, see, I didn't know you could do that with the credit card company.
Well, yeah, think, what if your card gets stolen?
Right.
Or your kid took it and you didn't know it?
If I have to get a case number, they tried to kill me in Miami
Oh, I give it to you before you.
on video.
Oh, good, we have nice little reference numbers. Alright.
I mean, if you need any more reference, the problem is that there were a few bills, okay? I had to call up American Express to go through their entries because there were a few bills. I don't know
Are
where
they,
they
you
are.
don't know what they are?
I don't know where they are.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're.
You know, every month you get a monthly bill?
Oh, you just never got them.
Well, they may have gotten them.
Do you have, are you able to go online and look them up though?
I have stuff like that. I went through, and that's why I don't know if they have the itemized numbers on them, but if
Yeah, they should. You should be able to go online and get it even if they mail it.
I have it all in hard paper now. I mean, the files are stuck.
Look for those accounts, and you know what we'll do? We'll take the case number, and we'll, give that to American Express.
Yeah.
We may have insurance for that.
Where's Total Source? On the check it says Total Source.
That's a payroll company, I think.
Okay.
ADP, Total Source. Yeah, those are all his pay stubs.
How much does he normally take home every week?
He's on commission plus salary, so, you know, it's,
He made,
I mean, it's
What's his worst
it's
check
broke
gonna
down.
look like? A ballpark, so I
about
can-
233,000 he made last year, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Outside of the stealing.
you know, the 100,000, almost 60-something thousand of that, 200 and something
Would
was,
have been bonuses.
it was bonuses and stuff.
Oh, okay. Did this affect your business at all?
Yes.
How?
Cash
Well, we
flow.
could use that capital.
Yeah, I know it's a silly question, but I have to ask silly questions.
And how else did he occur? He brought in people that were moles. He incriminated someone like Carrie who wasn't involved.
Mhm.
This guy was trying to run the company out of business,
Okay.
which he was even involved in destroying the sign. Remember how long this sign was broken? Yeah, it was him.
How do you know it was him?
Because now we found out the controller, he had called the sign companies not to repair anything. The sign in Nashua that I had,
Yeah.
we opened it up, right? We just had it, the fiber optic cables were bunched together and cut with a knife. And you had to be in the sign to do it.
And he has a key to get in?
Yes.
And nobody else had a key?
He was in charge of doing that.
Okay.
See, he was running I had one sign.
Is that where you had criminal mischief written? Right here? You have criminal mischief.
No, I think that
Mischief
was,
as a class B felony. What's that about?
that must be something that's involved in this.
Okay.
I have those other pieces that I'll put together, but this is the urgent piece.
Okay.
He has 10,000 text messages in 6 months that go to throwaway phones,
Oh.
okay? 4,800 text messages
The worst invention ever.
to one cell phone number. And I believe it was Alex
Do
Walker.
you have that supplement?
Yeah, we do.
Is it in here?
No, but I'll get you that
Alright, if it
information.
becomes relevant to this. then-
It's relevant. That's who was giving instructions. In fact, those text messages were going on during my meetings about
So
corruption.
he's in your meetings and he's text messaging?
You got it.
Okay.
Which is also why I've had 3 attempts on my life.
So how did he stop working here? What happened?
Well, he came up to me and he told me to hold the payroll.
Okay.
And I already told him about the bonus situation, how it was, you know, I went back and when, at the beginning of the year, it was considered a draw when he did something, and all of a sudden they changed it when he brought this up, all for bonuses,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And I told him about that, and he came up to me and he said to me, hold the payroll, because I'm gonna get a bonus. I haven't decided how much I'm gonna get yet.
Who
Okay?
determines how much a bonus is, or is it done
Only
by
him, to me,
percentage?
to me,
How about
only
this?
him.
I've given nobody any bonuses.
Okay.
I mean, they're making $250,000. I'd say that's good enough.
I was gonna say, does it depend on the percentage of how much work they've done or anything
No.
like that?
No.
Okay.
This is what happened too. Like, I saw an email, and that email, and then I made a phone call and found that Brian was working criminally with these people.
Mm-hmm.
I confronted Brian. You know what Brian said? Because it's not me, it's Carrie.
Okay.
Carrie's violating all the cases. She's not sending the mail in to get your cases kicked out. He threw Carrie under the bus in about 3 seconds.
Okay.
So I fired him. The first thing he does is melt his phone. All those text messages would have been admissible
How do you know that
evidence.
he got rid of his phone?
Because I had the phone. When he, the day,
And it was a company phone.
Okay.
So he was
So
destroying
he
the
went
evidence.
back and he destroyed
just like Asa when she left. When I took over the computer, okay? Everything was no longer in there.
deleted, gone.
Okay?
Right.
Her phone was deleted, gone. His phone was
And are
deleted,
these
gone.
all track phones, or is that, do you have a regular account that you go through on your phone?
We had a regular account that his
Who-
phone was
who's
my
your-
phone.
Who's your policy, like who's your holder, is it Verizon or
Yeah, I think his phone was Verizon.
Right.
Verizon?
So when we went back through the information for the company with his phone, that's when we got 10,000 text messages to not customers, employees, and they were throwaway phones.
So you already made an inquiry with Verizon and
Oh,
everything?
yes.
That's how we found out some of this information.
There's a lot of pages here, but I don't see, do you have copies of any of that, or are you able to email it to me? So, cause does he you must incriminate himself like crazy in there.
Yeah,
Okay, can you email those texts to
I
me?
can give
or-
you some of those.
Well, I need all of them, because then I
Department
have to be
of
able to look at all of them and say that it's in a, that he doesn't say it in one part, and then another part he says, I made all that up. You know what I'm saying? I need to show
There's
that
multiple
his-
people involved, they won't be able to say it.
No, I'm saying with him. What I'm saying is all of his emails that you have, if I can get all of them, because whether or not I have to be able to show that there's a pattern, that it's actually him that's texting. You know what I'm saying?
I
That
can do
he-
that.
That there's that
I'll get you
knowledge
that
and
information.
culpability behind it.
Right.
So
Well, the thing with the text messages, right, which is what you'll see in the email exchange,
yeah.
they know you can only get them through subpoenaable. So in
Mhm.
fact, I guess this is a good time to ask you, I'd like to have you subpoena those text messages.
I thought you have them.
No, we have record of them.
So you don't know what they say.
Right.
Okay.
Which is why he melted the phone.
All right. I can get those. I have to go through the county attorney's office, do a grand jury
That's what we
subpoena, but that takes time. It takes like 2 months or something. But the information doesn't go anywhere.
think about.
The money wasn't stolen overnight, so it isn't going to take overnight.
Agreed.
So just understand that.
I'm good with that. But that's what this. You'll see the emails where they talk about the subpoena and deleting them.
Okay.
They even knew and had a plan if they got caught, what they would do would destroy the evidence and so forth.
And that's all here?
No.
Yeah. Well, no, that was on there as far as the phone that they did that.
The
So-
emails aren't there?
I've got emails that they don't think I have
Okay.
that I'll show
I'll
you.
need
that.
those too, yeah.
And that's with the pictures of Carrie and all the stuff
I
that they
mean-
were sending back and forth.
Yeah,
Criminating
we can skip
cases.
that one.
I know.
Unless it becomes relevant to this thing.
Yeah.
I don't have any of my cards on. 13 plaster. Do I have to check the radio? It's not me. 13 plaster. Yeah, I must not have reception to email that. Before I leave, I'll get you a case number when I'm walking out.
Okay.
That I do know. I have reception out there. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through all of this. And at Verizon, do you remember his phone number? And are you positive it's Verizon?
Why, it's Verizon. I just,
I'm gonna need
Steve
his number.
Vadney had all that information.
Well, you know, the number we have is the number he gave back to us.
I don't understand. I didn't follow that. I don't
The
know.
phone that he had was a company phone. He
Yeah.
deleted everything in the
Yeah.
company phone. So the number I have for him is that company phone.
Yeah, that's what I need. Because
Oh,
that's what
okay.
all the text
Okay.
messages will be under. Yeah.
All right.
When I do the grand jury subpoena. The only subpoena we're allowed to do now are bank subpoenas. So, like if you bounced a check or you,
Okay.
things like that. That's the only ones that cops can do anymore. I guess people got subpoena happy at one time.
It's just like when I used to work for the IRS. Like you take your bank account and freeze it,
Mm.
take the money out of it, right?
That's scary. That's why a lot of people kept it under their mattresses.
978-604-2128.
Right. Did you talk to him about this at all? Does he know this is coming?
No, he gave me, I don't even know what number or anything. If you look at some of the emails that I'll show you, they're using throwaway phones. They're telling everybody to be careful. They're even talking about incriminating some of the cases.
And that's all he knows.
No, that's on the emails. I'll get you all the
I emailed
emails.
him.
Okay. These are just all the facts and the things.
Yeah, but the emails are gonna be part of it too.
I'm with you on emails. You
Yeah.
can have them all.
Like I said, everything that's not related or is not needed, I actually keep them in my investigation, but I put them in the very back.
You know, I'm going to be filing
So
other
nobody can say I
complaints,
did
so
things.
those emails will be using as evidence for that.
That's all.
I'll give you
That's
them
what
all.
Xerox machines are for.
Or-
Did I just date myself?
Well, I understood you. So maybe.
Carbon paper. All right. So what I'm gonna do is the first thing I'm gonna work on the subpoena because that's the thing that'll take the longest is writing up my letter to
Thank
the
you.
county attorney's office.
Yeah.
And I'll be going through this. Depending on where this goes and how in depth, I might keep it or it might go to detectives. It all depends on how much time it's gonna take because I'm a patrol officer. So.
I understand.
But rest assured, I know what I'm doing. I've done these before. I've worked in detectives, so shouldn't be an issue. I appreciate that it's all nice and clean and in order. You have no idea. It helps
That's why I
a lot.
have help. We be on that other
And
end.
as I said, if you call, if you want to put that, what's the telephone number over here? Anyway, I don't never call it. All you have to do is call here if you need any other information.
Do you have a
okay?
cell phone number I can get you at?
It's my private one. I don't have.
That's fine. I get that.
I'll give you the number, company number.
Sure.
1-877-500-5553. And you know what? You can have my cell phone number. My number is 603-819-3419.
Thank you.
Mike Gill.
I have a feeling, I think I met you when your alarm goes off.
Maybe. He goes on it.
That's what I'm in the middle of right now. Telephone
alarm.
company, something's wrong with the alarm system.
I'll let everybody know then. So if it keeps going off, we don't get.
It's not that it keeps going off. We're not getting the telephone signal in from the telephone line.
Oh really? Have you checked it to see if it's been tampered with?
The guys were in here, for the alarm system today, okay, but they can't really go into the telephone lines.
If you still have a problem by the close of business, tell us and we do direct.
Oh,
patrols.
they're not gonna be here by the end of business.
Well then, I'll put it in roll call so we know that the alarm's down and do extra patrols.
Okay, thank you.
And as soon as it gets resolved, you'll let us know and then we know we can stop hanging out by your power
And
line.
could it be vandalism? Which,
It all depends on what they find, you never know.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me that they cut someone cut the
They
line.
destroyed this sign too. I had to buy
It was
another
done for
sign.
a long time.
Right. What a coincidence. I only had 4 signs and they were all down at the same time and I couldn't find a human being to fix them. Right. And we only had the fiber optics cable cut with a knife.
Alright,
Wouldn't be what's on the signs, you think, right?
you're entitled to your opinion. Why are you laughing? It's true. It's why I have this job.
Perfect answer.
No, it's why I have this job. I completely, I don't have to agree with it, but it doesn't matter. It's not for me to judge. It's
Right.
a matter of freedom of speech and opinion. It's
This
what makes us all
subpoena-
great.
This subpoena on these text messages is huge.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I like stuff like
Good.
that.
How about this?
I'm usually a magnet too. So
You get to read those, we'll make a little history
It's gonna
here.
make me blush.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Some of
have
it.
it. You have no idea some of the stuff I've seen.
Oh yeah, you have no idea
What's on these things?
Yeah, actually based on what you're
How about, you know who the other one of those text messages are? Alex Walker and Bill Shaheen.
Oh.
How's that for blushing? Now that's who's on the back of those. That was the operation and who they work for.
Who they? Or,
Brian
Okay.
and Isa. Isa was the mole for the IRS.
Are you in trouble with the IRS?
I don't owe them a penny. What they did was they tried to leverage me for my silence. They only offered me $50 million to keep my mouth shut. In writing. Twice. Well, I put 3 fingers up, it's
It's
twice.
okay.
Yeah.
I would have said 2.5. But.
Yeah.
Alright. So when you fired him, did he know, at that point, did you know about this, or is that gonna happen?
I didn't know this.
Well,
So you found all this out,
No. I knew you were looking into it.
but you didn't know for sure?
No, it was
wasn't a
the
done deal.
call that I got in the email that he was working with these people. When I confronted him, rather than turning around saying yes or no, he told me it was Kerry that was working for him. And the truth was, it was both.
Yeah, and you didn't know about this stuff, and
I-
this stuff came about after, so.
Right, he was investigated, but I didn't trust the controller because of the fraud with the IRS. So I'm thinking they were covered. The IRS on the phone, forgot to hang up the phone, and on the phone said, do you think we should tell them about our mole in there? No, I have that too, if you'd like to hear that one.
Only if it becomes related to this.
It is related, well, believe it or not. How about this, when you see those text messages, you know what number 4 is? It'll be the criminal division of the IRS giving her instructions.
Oh.
That's why that subpoena will make a little history.
That'd be nice, I'm glad you have Verizon.
Yeah.
Verizon's usually very good. So, if he were to come here today, Brian told me, is he trespassed or anything?
Yes.
Okay, so you trespass him?
No, we didn't write any.
You don't have to write it, as long as
No.
you tell him.
No, he knows.
We haven't been able to communicate with him.
He told me he had no forwarding telephone number because the only phone he had was
What
this.
you had, yeah.
Okay,
But
which
if
was
you
a bunch
see
of
the
gold.
emails, you'll see that he has their phones. And
Plus
that,
his wife had a phone and, you know. he
So
won't give you
he's
that
in,
number.
but he's in Barrington,
Yeah.
you said? Do you have his address in
Yeah,
there?
it's
I
in
saw
there,
that.
it's right there, last page of this one.
no,
Oh, you had it there.
well, it's probably over here.
Okay, it is.
There.
Okay, to start, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna tell him what the investigation is about, I'll just tell him that there's an investigation and that he is not welcome to any of your properties.
Thank
In case I missed one, you said you have 4, you have here,
you. 3 now.
3, so Nashua, Manchester Plaza?
Right. When I was on vacation, he emptied the summer's worth out. But that's for another day.
That's for Summersworth.
I know.
Petey. I make light of it, I shouldn't make light of it. Alright, I'll do that. And I would ask, I understand you're recording it, I know that you have your show and everything, but because of the investigation, I ask you to just keep it under your hat, because I don't want him at this point to know what's going on until I have enough evidence. Like, I understand that it's here, but I wanna be able to get the subpoena and things like that and sit down with these people. I don't want it to interfere. And you know, maybe you post it and it doesn't interfere, but I don't know that it won't.
I want you to understand, I appreciate.
And I understand your anger and everything.
No, it's beyond, no, it's not the anger here. Shaheen is representing Anna Goss and Cruz, drug dealers within the state, and they're trying to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
These text messages will refer to Shaheen, so it'll connect what they're trying to do. They're trying to leverage me for my silence. So by putting it out there is protect. Now I've got a hearing Thursday, and what they're trying to do is file an injunction on Thursday so that I don't talk about any of this.
Okay. What I'm saying is I'm not asking for your silence. I'm just asking for some time. I don't care if I get well into my investigation and you release it, that's your business. But I want to at least have some time to look at it, see what I have, and try to get these people in for an interview. Because the more they know that we know, that just gives them power to come up with ways to deny it and to
They
defend
can't.
it. And I don't want them to do that.
But I'm telling you, they won't be able to.
Okay.
They won't be able to.
But
They
if
probably
you could
will
do
try.
me that, if you could do me that favor, I would appreciate it. Just give me some time.
All right, I will. I just want you to know this. If I lose this injunction on Thursday, this is why Shaheen's going in for the injunction so that I can tell everybody. This is the same guy protecting the drug dealers.
And I get that. I completely get what you're saying.
Which
and
is
that-
why I have a Shaheen on the
And
thing.
that if
extortion.
somebody tells you to be quiet, and I'm like that too. I'm like, well, why should I have to be quiet? That's not right, or this isn't true, or whatever.
In
I just
particular,
really
because
completely understand that. But if it's going to interfere with this, I just want to ask you to give me some time.
all right.
'Cause, yeah.
How much time?
Let me try to get the subpoena and get a time frame on that first.
All right.
Just give me some time, all
Okay.
right? Because I don't. My interest is to go through this and do the best case I can and do the most solid case. And if they are given every detail that we just talked about it, then they have a way of going, all right, now we know how to cover our tracks, go back and
They
try
won't
to
be
do
able
that.
to. I've got a
I don't
bunch.
even want to give them the opportunity.
I have communications with them from the IRS, the whole thing.
Okay.
They're going, but this is the piece. I'll work with you on this one. I just want you to know that that injunction is coming for Friday to cover up. You know why they're trying to cover up? These people.
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't go to the press and go to the public. Because they don't want to have this to know.
Well, you came to the police, so at some point, if it's all proven, like if I can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, then it does pretty much become public information at that point.
I know, but it's not in time to stop the injunction because I have other
Yeah,
information.
but do they even know that this is coming down? They might not even know that's coming down.
Yes,
How would
they
they
do.
know?
Because I made it very clear in public.
You've already accused, like, I should say accused, but you've already
Yes,
said that they've been embezzling
Yes.
on you? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you already said all this?
Yeah.
Then forget about it. That last 5 minutes of conversation is a mute point.
okay, because I have it out there and all. Oh, I've accused, they know that.
Okay.
And that's the thing. See, what I gotta do is by keeping it in front of the people.
But what I'm saying is the credit card stuff. This credit card stuff is something that's already been discussed.
I've already
in
accused them
public
of it.
forum.
I've already made it public.
Alright then,
Listen, I've already been on the radio with it, coast to coast.
Okay. Then, yeah, then that part of the
All right.
conversation's completely.
That's why here, I'll make you famous.
No, I'm all set with that.
Yeah, right, well.
Yeah,
Well, how about this? We're gonna make them infamous. How's that instead?
I just, if they broke the law, then I want them to be
Yeah.
held accountable for
What
it.
do you find out who they work for?
Don't scare me.
Old Billy.
Billy who?
Shaheen.
Oh, I was gonna say Clinton or something. I don't
No,
know.
no.
Alright, let me go through it. I know I keep
Okay.
flipping through pages, I always do that. And I will get back in touch with you. Luckily, today is my Monday, so I'm in for the next 4 days. So you should hear from me this weekend at some point.
The subpoena on those records is the best thing I've heard in 10 years.
Yeah, and if Verizon still has it all, unless anything's changed, they should have it all. When did those text messages start and finish? Like, what's a good
Well,
time frame?
with those text messages, we just took for 6 months.
So the last 6 months, like, so from today back?
Yeah. Well, from say a month ago back.
Okay.
10,000 to 4 individuals.
Okay. Like, say, look, we're at a social media age.
That's right. And I'm living in it. Hate it,
Yeah,
but I'm living in it.
Not a big fan.
And plan on becoming the governor and putting these guys in jail.
Well, if people are doing bad things, then yeah, I want them in jail too.
We only have the worst heroin problem in the United States.
Yes.
Why is that?
Quite frankly, I think it's been going on for a very long time, and now that people are dying, people are actually paying attention, so.
People are dying here. And here, worse than any place in the country. How's that? You've grown up in New Hampshire, me?
And
Me too. How is that in our state? Listen, I do know why. Because they're being protected.
yeah, that's beyond my pay scale, and all I know is that the drug world is a very, unpredictable world, so
Well, they tried to kill me a couple
I'm
times.
not gonna try
When you
to.
see those
Very
text
close to the
messages, you're gonna help solve the drug problem.
No, if I was gonna help solve the drug problem, I probably would be.
Yeah? Watch when you see who's connected with those text messages.
Yeah, but I think unfortunately our scourge of heroin is beyond anything what one person can control at this point, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, you watch to see if I don't put a big chunk right out of them.
That's what we need.
How about this? I know where they're putting the money. I know where they're laundering it. I know who they're protecting it. I even have their routes.
That's what we need. If
Listen.
everybody took a chunk, then eventually they go away.
I publicized that and put it on the internet the last 2 days. I told them where it was coming from, how much they were paying, where the pickups, what motorcycle gangs and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
They're the pickup people.
You don't say. I'm being.
I do say.
scary.
I know, but I'm trying to tell the other people this too. I've got them all down.
How did you get all that?
You know how I get it all? Because the people are coming to me with evidence. And what I do is I cross-reference it.
So people talk to you in confidence, and then you are able to take that.
They give me
information?
the evidence. They told me this. I have people who worked in the warehouse distributing the drugs and loading it with machine guns.
Mhm.
I'm working with the Department of Justice with those names to giving them immunities and protection. That's the thing. The problem in this state is that the people that you would report them to are the ones protecting them, which is why we have the worst problem in the country.
I probably shouldn't get that.
Okay. So do you call us with the case number?
I'm gonna walk outside and get it. If you
Oh,
open
you
the
did.
door, I'll ask you
Okay.
right there.
Thank
I don't.
you.
My phone. I don't know why it's not working, but
And Mike, do you need the case number
I have
for
this
the
one.
credit card
Yeah.
company?
it was nice to meet you. I've met you before.
When?
When the big group of guys are outside.
Oh, they were all gonna beat me up that day.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't here.
Yeah, I know. I would have been in jail.
Yeah.
Never.
Case number, please.
paper.